Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Balls Fantasy Football. It's Greg the Beast with your beasting out picks for this week. The Beauty and the Beast are going to be on the road this week. That's right, here in Week 9, we are going to go see our beloved Chicago Bears take on the San Diego Chargers down in San Diego. We're here in wonderful Hollywood, and we're going to go trek on down there and have a great time at the game. And come out and check us out. Who knows, you might find us tailgating. Going to be basically any San Diego game that has people from the East ends up turning out to be a home game for that team. Every single time the Bears score, we're going to hear more Bears fans cheer than Chargers fans. So it's going to be a great time. Come on out and check out the game if you're in the area. That leads us right into my first pick. We're going to have two go hards and two go softs for you this week. Two picks that are going to get you a lot of points. Two picks that might not get you as many points. My first go hard is Jay Cutler, of course. And I know, you're like, well, the Bears aren't playing very well. Actually, he has been interception, not free, but has been interception low this season. Also, I always think it's fun to mix a little bit of fantasy and reality. It's going to be great to go to the game. And since my other quarterback is on a bye and Cutler was on the waiver wire, I said, what the hell? Since he's been doing well, I'm going to at least get to watch him get my fantasy points live. So Week 5 versus the Raiders, 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Generally always is pointing that out. The touchdown to interception ratio is really good there. Week 6 versus the Lions, 353 yards. That helped get rid of that 1 interception, 1 touchdown, put you over the 350 mark. That, of course, was a game that went into overtime, but hell, you still got those yards. They all count. And then last week, as I said in the intro, Week 8 versus the Vikings, 211 yards and 1 touchdown, but clean on the picks. So that always helps you out. I think he's going to hopefully do well. They had 12 injuries on the Chargers this week. A few of them on defense, Manti Te'o being one of them. Their defense is going to be a little bit depleted. They're going to be off kilter. I actually think our Bears are going to win. Score prediction right now, what the hell? Let's say 21-14 and get it done with. But hey, I think fantasy-wise, the Bears are going to do great. And the other great thing is, Forte's been doing well with that. Unfortunately, we're going to be without Matt Forte. But Jeremy Langford has proven he can run the ball. As long as he doesn't drop any important passes like he did this week, we should be great. So gamble a little bit. Put Jay Cutler in your lineup this week. My next go hard is Stefon Diggs over on the Vikings, and got to watch him run wild and catch a ton of passes on our Bears defense last week. He just had a spectacular week. He's been having a really big run because he's just turned into Bridgewater's target guy. Terry Bridgewater's been throwing a lot of targets to him. And look at these numbers. This is crazy. Week 6 versus the Chiefs, 7 receptions, 9 targets, 129 yards. Targets, of course, in PPR are extremely important. Week 7 versus the Lions, 1 touchdown, 6 receptions, 9 targets, again, 108 yards. Again, getting you over the 100-yard mark, getting you your bonus. And then Week 8 versus the Bears last week, he got 1 touchdown, 6 receptions, 12 targets. Are you kidding me? He's Bridgewater's guy. 95 yards, fell short of the 100, but he got you that touchdown. Tons and tons of points. You got to get Stefon Diggs off of the waiver wire. I actually saw him on waiver wire. I have a bid in for him. Maybe I'll get him. I couldn't believe he was sitting out there. Most smart people already have picked him up and have realized he's turned into a scoring machine. Get him in for Week 9. So let's get on to my go softs. Now, this is going to be an intriguing and interesting one because, yes, Dez Bryant, I know he was injured, and now you finally got to play him. Well, unfortunately, you do not have him with Tony Romo. And I know, you're like drooling. Hey, this week he's up against the Eagles defense, who are not very good up against the pass. Eagles have given up the 5th most points to wide receivers. Here's the deal. Matt Castle is the quarterback. He did not do well getting him the ball last week, and I don't think Castle's going to do very well getting the ball to him in the next few weeks. 6.23 yards per attempt for Castle. That's freaking horrible. Week 7, 227 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Ick. No, 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 no. That's just killing any of the yards that you got over there. Week 8, 97 yards and no touchdowns. That was last week with Dez Bryant in the lineup. I wouldn't put Dez in. I know it's really tempting, but I would keep him out. I'd try and get somebody else. I mean, if you really have to play him, of course you do. We all love playing big name wide receivers, but I just don't think you're going to get a lot of points out of him this week, and you didn't get a lot out of him last week either. My go soft, my final one, I am taking a page out of what Jenny just said in her segment. She said any Niners player. I am saying any Packers wide receiver. That's right. Last week, I told you not to play Aaron Rodgers, and you should have believed me because I got forced to play him because there weren't any other quarterbacks on the waiver wire worth taking. I ended up getting 6.93 points out of Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me with all those people out there? But it's another crappy defensive matchup this week. You have Aaron Rodgers up against the Carolina defense, who have just been decimating quarterbacks, decimating offenses. 5th fewest points to wide receivers. Last week versus the Broncos, the Packers did horribly, did really bad. Cobb was the top receiver, 6 receptions for 27 yards, and Devontae Adams, I think, got 1 reception for 8 yards. It was just horrible. When Aaron Rodgers is being hurried, when Aaron Rodgers has a defense up his butt and is getting swarmed, he isn't going to put up points for you, and neither are their wide receivers. And the worst part is, we all know that he likes to pass. He picks 1 wide receiver a game, and it's like you're playing in Vegas. Is it going to be Cobb this week? Is it going to be Devontae Adams this week? When Jordy Nelson was in, was it going to be him? And he's not even in the lineup anymore. So I would just avoid the Packers altogether right now and get somebody else in this week if you have any of the wide receivers on the Packers. So that's our show. Thank you very much for watching. Again, go see us in San Diego. We're going to have a lot of footage. We're going to do a lot of tailgating. We're going to have a lot of fun. And don't forget to go onto our app. Again, you can get on the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store, and that'll keep you in on our updates and our push notifications, so you are able to get the right players into your lineup and you're not putting in any injured or ineligible or inactive players. So thank you for watching this week, and good luck in week 9.